medium, and I'm going to go over another way that you can protect yourself in this crazy world and with everything about to come. So, if you're seeing me for the first time, this is usually where I'm like, hi, back to the intro, figure out if you want to be here, if so, start a part 1, do the work, and meet us back here when you caught up. This is the video that you actually get to stick around because you can use this information right now. This is part 81. In part 80, I went over different ways that you can be protected and different things that can aid in protection. For part 81, right now, I'm going to go over how to get yourself into heaven on earth. That is the 5th dimension. So as you know, things are getting wild and crazy. Lots of predictions from the Bible, lots of biblical activity is happening. The reason is because we are in judgment. Of course, if you guys are watching my videos like you're supposed to, that's why I'm always like, start up part 1, because here you are not knowing what's going on. We are in a 9-year judgment. The last year of this physical dimension, the 3rd dimension, which we're on, is 2029. Which, if you own your own soul, you do not need to stress at all. So once again, if you have faith, you shouldn't be worried. The only individuals or entities that should be worried is those of the dark, because their reign's about to be over. So you always hear about how Judgment Day is coming, we're going to judge the living and dead, that we're going to go to heaven on earth, you know, obviously those souls that are good. So what does that mean? Let me get into it a little bit. So God is judging us. He's actually currently judging us. Right now, He's already separating the good from the bad. So if you have a good heart, if you're not drinking alcohol, and you're not eating meats or animal products, you gotta have a good heart too. You're light enough that He will actually move you into that 5th dimension. You will ascend while alive into the 5th dimension, which is heaven on earth. He is moving all of His people currently. It's been actually happening since September. In September 2023, that 5th dimension portal, it opened up and He already started moving us over. So basically, by 2029, all souls that are being moved into heaven on earth, that 5th dimension, will already be moved over. Anybody that wasn't able to move over into that 5th dimension, maybe because they chose to keep drinking alcohol and they're too heavy, or they didn't want to give up meats and animal products and they're too heavy, but they still own their own soul, they will die, obviously, because you chose to not give up what you needed to be given up to be moved into heaven and earth. But their soul just goes back to, you know, like that, the good space, and they'll wait the 7 years to reincarnate, but this time they'll come back into that 5th dimension. So once again, that's having faith, that if you know you have a good heart and you own your soul and you believe in God, you're gonna be okay. This life will still end like it was going to end for you anyway, and you'll just reincarnate, and this time you're gonna go into heaven on earth, where the devil and demons and the dark, they're not there. So life's already gonna be different very soon. Now, for those who the devil owns their soul, obviously this is your last lifetime, but it was going to be your last lifetime anyway, because when you pass, the devil is going to come collect you anyway. Now, for those of you that want to get into that 5th dimension, you actually get rewarded in this lifetime for getting into the 5th dimension. It doesn't matter what your life plan was. Let's say somebody chose that they wanted to leave this earth at the age of 51, but they went into the 5th dimension before that time, that age of 51, they actually get rewarded for making it into the 5th dimension, that they'll get to live to be an old person. They get to live into their 80s. Fun fact, as you guys know, I love them. About mid-September, any babies being born born. I have it in one of my videos, the exact dates. But it was around mid-September that all babies being born were already going into the fifth dimension. So if you've had a baby since October, your baby's already in the fifth dimension. You don't have to worry or stress about them. So why is it so important to get into that fifth dimension if you can just leave this earth and be born into the fifth dimension? What's kind of cool is usually you don't ascend from this dimension until you have passed away, like your body has died, and then you ascend. So with what's going on is if you have a good heart and you're not drinking alcohol and you're not eating animal products or animals, then your soul is light enough while you're sleeping. God will have you to ascend from the third dimension into that fifth dimension. That's that protection that he promised. Okay, so just to give you kind of a tally, and this is for worldwide, there's only 300 adults right now in that fifth dimension, but there is 600 babies. Kind of cool, right? Now, but if we really think about the population, you guys, that's a very small amount of people. So, not saying that you have to make any brass changes right now or decisions, but it wouldn't hurt to start limiting your alcohol consumption to the point that you can get yourself to a point that you can stop it. Alcohol is heavy, and it allows the dark to take over your body if you're actually intoxicated enough. So definitely something during this war between the light and the dark that you do not want is to give your vessel access to the dark. So a good way to keep the dark from entering your body, don't drink alcohol. Animals have souls, and so therefore if you're eating any animals or animal products, it's very heavy and it makes your soul heavy. It's not wrong. You're not going to be punished for it in this 3D, but you can't get into that fifth dimension eating souls. It's lighter. It's pure light and love. Okay, so really quick, because a lot of people are confused. Judgment is not one day. We are currently in judgment. It is 9 years long. If you get moved into the fifth dimension, you're in a whole different dimension than what's going on in this dimension. So therefore, you're going to see it. You're still going to be seeing it happen, but the dark will not touch you. You are protected from it. So it matters to get into the fifth dimension. The fifth dimension will give you protection from what's happening here and now in that war between the light and the dark. So it is called heaven on earth, because it's not heaven. Heaven is still separate. You have to get your 7 gifts. You have to be turned into an angel by God to be in heaven. So heaven on earth is earth, because the fifth dimension is still going to look like this. It's just a different dimension. You're still going to see everything that you see. But what is different about it is the devil's not going to be whispering in your ear, trying to get you to do bad, trying to get you to lose your soul. There's no demons. There's no dark. As soon as somebody is dark there, they get put down here, the third dimension, which once 2029 hits and everything is cleared out by God, this dimension, the third dimension, will become hell. But don't stress it, you guys, just because of the word. I mean, like I said, you'll either be moved into the fifth dimension or you're going to go back and get ready to reincarnate. When this becomes hell, God's people will no longer be here. And just another fun fact, because I'm feeling so gracious today. Not everybody's going to make it into that fifth dimension. So therefore, if you, as a soul, make it into the fifth dimension from the third dimension, you are going to be celebrated spiritually. That is why God's going to reward you with getting to live a long life, because what you did is an accomplishment, and not all souls will be able to do it. So as always, choose to not be a shitty person. Choose love. Choose light. God bless. The amount of babies in the fifth dimension is 678. The amount of adults is 304.